Hey todayers, it's me, Ryan, and I am here to talk to you about adventures of being a public speaker in Myrtle Beach. I just got done with doing a keynote for SC Thrive's 4th annual conference, and it was a blast. I had a great time. They were a great group of people. And while I was traveling for 16 hours, I was at Myrtle Beach, I learned 3 important lessons that I want to share with you. The first was something that I observed at the airport when I was going and getting a burger and a sweet potato tots, because I've never had sweet potato tots before and they were amazing. So I'm sitting at the restaurant all by myself, which my wife hates because she hates people eating alone. And I'm sitting there and this old man, he was definitely older, we'll say. He came in a scooter, and he had like thick glasses on, a beard, all white hair, and he came in with his wife, and his wife helped him sit down in the chair really close to me, and the wife sat back down after she helped him. Waitress came by, and they wanted to order Chardonnay, and the waitress ID'd the woman. And they laughed, and she thought it was funny, and she said thank you, and she showed the ID, and then she asked the man for his ID as well, which we thought was a joke, and then she started getting serious. She said, "No, the policy here at our restaurant is we ID everyone," which I really don't like, because that's not giving your employees autonomy to be able to make their own decisions. This man is clearly over 21, and you made him, his wife, and pretty much all of us around him uncomfortable. It took him a while to get into his wallet and find his ID. This man was clearly over 40, and you still made him show his ID, which I didn't really like. So what I want to share with that is, if you have employees, or if you are somebody of a boss who tells you exactly how you have to do it, maybe you should approach them and say, and give them autonomy to make sure they're making the decisions that they know. Clear, no black, or all black, all white, no gray, that they can do their job better and that they can help their customers have a better experience. The second thing was actually at the exact same restaurant that happened to me. On the other side was this wonderful couple that I got to get to know for a little bit, and we started talking. And the husband worked at Purdue. So I'm thinking, oh, this is exciting. Like, where do you teach? And I say out loud, what do you teach? And he looks at me and he goes, what do you mean? And I go, oh, well, what's your job at Purdue? And he goes, I'm a truck driver. And I was like, really? Purdue has truck drivers? And I was talking about Purdue University, but he was talking about Purdue truck driving, P-E-R, not P-U-R. And it was interesting to not make that assumption and to think, okay, this is what my image of Purdue was, but his image of Purdue is different. And to be clear as speakers and as those that we're communicating with, to really be on the same page at all times, and just to know miscommunication is going to happen, because you're going to put your ideas and what you think what it is that they're saying, because words have different meanings on it, and they're going to, we were talking for 5-10 minutes before I was like, well, good, what do you teach at Purdue? And in my head, I'm thinking he's this professor this whole time, and he's a truck driver and he loves his job. The third lesson and thing that I want to share with you today is always get people's business cards when you are doing business after you speak. So I went up and I got done with my keynote. Everyone in this audience got a copy of my book. So there's about 250 people, and 250 people waited in line to get my signature. And there were a few people who wanted to give me their business card to come and speak at their conferences. And then there were a few people who said, hey, I want you to come and speak at my event or conference. Can I get your business card? And I always say yes, right? I always pass them my business card, and then I ask for theirs. And there are times when they go, I don't have my business card. I say, no worries. And then I pull out a note card with a red Sharpie pen, and I ask them to fill it out with their email and phone number, and I tell them, I will get back in touch with you. And I make sure that I collect it back and then I reach out to them within 24 hours of the conference. Now, this has helped me incredibly in my business because it's not their fault, right? If you don't give them your card, or if you don't take theirs, these people are really busy and they might get something on their plate that's more important than you. So don't take offense to it if they don't reach back out to you. It's your job now, it's in your hands to build that relationship and to get that conversation started. And you have to do that if you have their contact information. So 3 things that I learned on this adventure to Myrtle Beach with the SC Thrive's 4th annual conference was to make sure you give your employees and those around you autonomy to be able to do their job correctly and not put so much rules on them that it makes their customer experience not a good one. The second rule is make sure, or not rule, but just a lesson that I learned, is make sure that you're really clear when you're communicating from Purdue to Purdue and that you're advancing the conversation with getting those details up front. And then lastly, make sure you get those business cards after you speak. Even if they don't have it, be prepared to have a note card and a pen so they can fill it out for you. It was a fun adventure. I hope to be back in South Carolina, and I'm going to do several videos of these because in the next 2 months I'll be speaking in about 10 different cities. So I thought, hey, I'm learning, why not share it with everybody else? And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Make sure you keep using your voice to make a difference, and always, always remember, speech is power. So use it wisely. I'll talk to you soon, todayers.